volume set.
Yeah.
God is everywhere. God is good. The first unity principle. Yet, we don't always see everything as being good, do we? When our homes are destroyed or partially destroyed, or the things that we see in this world that we judge as not good, we may ask, where's God then? I suggest to you that it may be your perception that may change in order to see the good in all that is. We all have within us a perception filter. A perception filter that we can learn to not trust in every moment. Because this filter is created for each of us through our programming in this society, through the mass consciousness of the education system, through our experiences, and how when we have a hurtful or bad experience, we remember these things. We carry these things forward with us, and sometimes expect similar difficulties in the future because of these memories of how things have happened in the past. When we embark upon the spiritual path and we awaken, then bit by bit we each learn to see things differently. And fortunately, we have the unity teachings and other spiritual teachings that help us to do this. But I urge you and challenge you to, in each moment, challenge your own perception. For each of us, science has actually told us in the anatomy of our bodies, or we have blind spots where our eyes can't really see. And our brain does its best to fill in those spots what it thinks. But if we go in this world, in our interactions with other people, and understand that maybe, just maybe, we ourselves do not have the complete and perfect big picture, especially if we focus on what is outward and physical. We here in this room, I'm sure, understand that we are much more than just physical bodies. We have our emotions, we have our belief systems, and we each have these incredible spiritual light bodies that we get to know only gradually. For each and every one of us here has been created in the image of the Most High. Each and every one of us here, is a beloved son or daughter of God. And it flies in the face of what we see in this reality. So it is our challenge to be able to see that. For each and every one of us has been created with a perfect blueprint, a perfect divine matrix, to give us an individual sense of finding that God within. And it is my belief that each one of us has been created so that God can love us. Because God wanted to do something different and create parts of herself or himself to experience the fullness of what love is. love is a word that has been used and abused. And it's a word that we only begin to understand when we establish a relationship with the divine. For if indeed we do love and put our focus on God first and foremost, then our lives then will completely begin to fall into place. And we see the God within from those around us step to the forefront. And we begin to see then, though, that in this world we've been given the opportunity to learn and to grow and to experience. In this world that is very much duality. We have been used to judging everything as right or wrong, good or evil. That's been programmed within us. But now, the exciting message that I have to share with you, the most exciting, is that we are on the cusp of seeing things change. And being on the cusp of change can be a time of turmoil. We are experiencing the pains of birth as the new consciousness of people like you gathering all around the world is leading us to a new place where we can truly experience the unity consciousness, where people will begin to see the God within each one and to see our sameness and to appreciate our differences and our uniqueness. But we must learn to look beyond the obvious and to look more deeply, to learn to look into the eyes of each one and see the God within and focus there on the good. For it is unity's third principle that tells us where we focus our attention, our energy flows. So if we more consciously choose in each moment where we place the precious energy of our attention, then what we focus our attention on is what in fact grows and expands. If we learn and develop the habit, the practice, the discipline of choosing what is good, and sometimes we have to look hard for it. Where is the good? I'm having my house blown away by a hurricane. Where is the good in having so much of my community destroyed by storm? Where is God when these things happen? I tell you that everything around us is a mirror. A mirror of not only our individual consciousness, but of the consciousness of the masses. What does this storm tell us? What are its hidden messages? What are its hidden teachings? Because they are there, but we may have to dig for them. And part of it is the earth hoping to regain her balance in times of such turmoil as these. Our Mother Earth, like us, is a living being who also is preparing for this leap in consciousness which you are leading by virtue of the fact that you are on your spiritual path and that you are awakening more and more each day, and that we have reached a critical mass of light bearers and light beings in this world. And I tell you, this is a time of turmoil for you to be joyful and open your eyes to see that this is really the mark of an end of an old consciousness that is bringing us to new beginnings. Take heart, my friends. For you, and just by virtue of who you are, by the light that you carry, are indeed the light of the world. And it is my privilege to be among you. My blessings through my heart from the God, the creator of all that is, to each and every one of you. Thank you.